Why you sleep 8 hours and still wake up tired? Most people think sleep is simple. Close your eyes, stay in bed for 8 hours, wake up refreshed. But your body doesn't work like that. Because sleep isn't something that happens to you. Sleep is something your body creates, and your brain doesn't decide whether to sleep based on one signal. It looks for many. Think of them as 7 switches. The more switches that are turned on, the easier deep sleep becomes. The fewer switches that are turned on, the harder your brain fights to stay awake. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which of these 7 switches your body may be missing. And for many people, fixing just one changes everything. Because deep sleep isn't luck, it's biology. Switch number 1. Temperature. Most people believe darkness is what makes them sleepy. It does help. But temperature may be just as important. Throughout the day, your body works hard to keep your internal temperature stable. Then, something interesting happens. About 2 hours before sleep, your body starts cooling itself down. This temperature drop acts like a signal, a message to the brain. It's safe to sleep now, which explains something most people already know. It's incredibly difficult to sleep in a hot room. For most people, the ideal bedroom temperature falls somewhere between 16 and 19 degrees Celsius. If that feels cold, use another blanket, because cooling the room is often easier than cooling the body. There's another trick that sounds completely backwards. A warm shower about 90 minutes before bed. The heat opens blood vessels near your skin. Your body releases heat. Your core temperature falls. And suddenly, your brain receives one more signal that sleep can begin. But temperature isn't the signal your brain trusts most. That honor belongs to light. Switch number 2 is light. Your brain has absolutely no idea what time it is. It only knows what your eyes tell it. Bright light means stay awake. Darkness means start producing melatonin, prepare for sleep. The problem is that modern life confuses the system. Phones, televisions, tablets, bright LED lights. Your brain sees all of that blue light and assumes the sun must still be up, which delays the very hormones designed to make you sleepy. One simple change can make a surprisingly large difference. Dim your lights 2 hours before bed. Use warmer light if possible. And if screens are unavoidable, consider blue light filtering glasses. Many people notice improvements within days. But even if you get light right, there's another signal capable of waking you at 3 in the morning. Switch number 3. Food. This is where many people unknowingly sabotage everything they've done right so far, especially late-night snacks, ice cream, cookies, sugary cereal, chips. Here's the problem. Blood sugar rises, then falls, then rises again. Your body responds by releasing stress hormones. Switch number 4, chemistry. Chemistry. Sometimes sleep problems aren't in your bedroom, they're in your biology. 2 nutrients appear repeatedly in sleep research. Magnesium and vitamin B1. Magnesium helps muscles relax, supports the nervous system, and many people simply don't get enough. Vitamin B1 appears particularly important for people experiencing racing thoughts, restless legs, vivid dreams, difficulty switching the brain off, and caffeine deserves its own section entirely. That coffee you drank at 3 p.m.? For some people, it may still be affecting the brain at midnight. Some people tolerate caffeine well, others don't. The only way to know is to experiment. But chemistry isn't the only thing your brain pays attention to. It also listens to the environment around you. Switch number 5, sound. Most people think complete silence creates perfect sleep. Surprisingly, that may not always be true. Humans evolved sleeping with predictable sounds around them. Wind, rain, insects, moving air, flowing water. Consistent sounds feel safe. Random sounds feel dangerous. That's why many people sleep better with rain sounds, white, noise ceiling fans, air purifiers. The secret isn't noise. The secret is predictability. Your brain learns nothing dangerous is happening. You can switch off now. And that brings us to something most bedrooms are quietly missing. Switch number 6, air. This one costs absolutely nothing to improve. Fresh air. Bedrooms slowly become warmer and less ventilated overnight. Carbon dioxide levels rise. Air movement decreases. The room starts feeling different, even if you don't consciously notice it. Some studies suggest this may affect sleep quality and next-day alertness. Sometimes opening a window slightly makes a bigger difference than buying an expensive mattress. A cooler room. Moving air. better ventilation. Sometimes the simple solutions work surprisingly well, but none of these switches may be as powerful as the final one. Switch number 7, morning sunlight. Not evening sunlight, morning sunlight. Within the first hour after waking, step outside. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 if possible. Your eyes detect that light and send a message to your internal clock. This is the beginning of the day. Around 16 hours later, your brain begins preparing for sleep, which means tomorrow night's sleep often starts with tomorrow morning's sunrise. If I could keep only one sleep habit for the rest of my life, this would probably be the one I'd keep, because this single signal helps organize every other signal in the system. One final technique. When you finally get into bed, slow your breathing. Nothing complicated. 4 seconds in through the nose, 4 seconds out. Your breathing constantly tells your nervous system whether you're safe. Fast breathing says, stay alert. Slow breathing says, the danger has passed. You can rest now. Good sleep isn't one habit. It's a collection of signals: temperature, light, food, chemistry, sound, air, circadian rhythm. Your body already knows how to sleep. The problem is that modern life keeps sending the wrong instructions. Fix the signals, and the system usually fixes itself. Because deep sleep isn't a luxury. It's one of the most powerful repair systems your body has ever built. If you found this useful, subscribe to David Whitmore Health. Every week we explore the science behind sleep, nutrition, and everyday habits that quietly shape your health. Because sometimes the biggest improvements don't come from adding more. They come from removing the things getting in the way.